Why be ordinary when you can be flamboyant? Wanchaka Radio. Be flamboyant.
Good evening, and here are the major stories for today. 15 senators on the platform of the All Progressives Congress, Nigeria's ruling party, have defected to the People's Democratic Party. The notice of defection was contained in a letter read by Senate President Bukola Saraki during plenary this Tuesday. The senators include Dino Melaye, Rabiu Kwankwaso, Larry Tedrosho, Barnabas Gemade, Issa Misao, Suleiman Onkoyi, Monsurat Sumono, Mohammed Dambaba, Bayan Nafada, Suleiman Nazib, and Abdulaziz Murtala Nyako. The senators, however, adjourned plenary for 2 months and will resume September 25. In another development, over 30 APC House of Representatives members have dumped their party for the People's Democratic Party. The development was disclosed via a letter read by House Speaker Yakubu Dogara today. Meanwhile, the members involved have cited the gross underperformance of the present government and crisis in the leadership of the APC as some of the reasons for their departure. Briefing the House of Representatives correspondent after today's plenary, the members accused the government of President Muhammadu Buhari of nepotism and ignoring the security and welfare of majority of Nigerians. They said their decision to join the APC in 2015 was to restore the lost glory of the country without an inkling that the party would derail. The members, led by Razak Atunwa from Kwara State, added that their defection was the first batch of decampees from the APC in the House and that more batches were on the way. The Edo State Commissioner for Health, David Osifo, has called on residents in that state to redouble their efforts against the resurgence of Lassa fever disease, as experts have identified recurrence of suspected cases of the disease in the endemic areas. The commissioner, who made the call while addressing journalists in Benin City, the Edo State capital, today, disclosed that medical experts within the health ministry have identified the resurgence of the disease with records of new cases in areas such as Esan Northeast, Esan Central, Esako East, and other areas. Osifo advised residents to continue to take steps to prevent the disease and also report suspected cases by calling the following numbers: 0803 3380 188, 0802 334 5987, and 0808 409 6723. The police in Zamfara State have repelled attacks on Chali and Gobirawa communities in Maru local government area of that state and arrested one of the notorious bandits terrorizing the area. State Commissioner of Police Kenneth Ebrimson stated this today while parading the suspect before newsmen in Gozo. The bandit, identified as Zakau Buhari, is said to be the son of late Buhari Daji, a notorious bandit kingpin who was killed in April this year. One AK-47 rifle, 2 rounds of live ammunition, 77 rounds of 7.2mm live ammunition were recovered from the suspect, who is now in police custody, assisting with information on other bandits. And wife of the president, Aisha Buhari, has reiterated her commitment in collaborating with stakeholders in the fight against maternal and child mortality in Nigeria. Buhari gave the assurance in a speech at the inauguration of the Adamawa State Maternal, Newborn and Child Health Week and school-based deworming program in Jada Town. Buhari, who was represented by Grace Chama, lauded the Adamawa State government for inaugurating the week and also called on other states yet to introduce such to do so, as this would enable them provide good platform for the delivery of simple, life-saving interventions. The wife of the president also stressed that no woman should die giving birth and that no child should lose his or her life without given the chance to live. In international news, DR Congo this Tuesday officially declared the end of an outbreak of Ebola virus, bringing the curtain down on a 10-week re-emergence of the disease, which claimed 33 lives. After an observation period of 42 days, during which no new confirmed cases were observed, and in conformity with the international health regulations, DR Congo's Health Minister Oli Ilonga made the declaration in a statement issued this Tuesday. The outbreak, the 9th in the Democratic Republic of Congo since 1976, began in the remote northwestern area of Bikoro, where the first cases were recorded on May 8. The United Nations says Zimbabwe's election campaign has been marred by a growing number of reports of voter intimidation and threats of violence. The UN Human Rights Office, in a statement, said it welcomed the widening of the democratic space in Zimbabwe since former President Robert Mugabe's removal from office, but it remained concerned, however, at the increasing number of reports, particularly in some rural areas, of voter intimidation, threats of violence, harassment and coercion, including people being forced to attend political rallies. UN Human Rights Office said it didn't blame any party, but analysts say the ruling ZANU-PF has been accused of violence in previous elections. Monday's elections will be the first since long-serving ruler Mugabe was forced to resign in November. A survey published last week has predicted a tight race between his successor Emmerson Mnangagwa and main opposition leader Nelson Chamisa. And Greece's Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras has declared 3 days of national mourning after at least 74 people lost their lives in fire disaster. Greece's worst fire disaster since 2007, when dozens of people were killed in the southern Peloponnese Peninsula. Survivors of the wildfire have described how they were forced into the sea by a blaze that struck like a flamethrower, as one victim said the flames were, quote, chasing them all the way to the water. Meanwhile, the bodies of 26 adults and children who apparently died hugging each other were found close to the sea. As the search for missing persons continue, a website has been set up to help relatives trace their loved ones. Hundreds of firefighters have been battling the flames, which have been fanned up by winds of up to 100 km per hour and have devastated the seaside village of Mati, engulfing homes and vehicles. In business, the National Union of Air Transport Employees, NUATE, has vowed to resist. The National Union of Air Transport Employees, NUATE, has vowed to resist the takeoff of Nigeria Air unless outstanding entitlements totaling 45 billion naira were paid to workers of the defunct Nigeria Airways. General Secretary of the union, Olayinka Abioye, told newsmen today that the union had set a July 31 deadline for government to pay the entitlement or face the consequences. He said the union had run out of patience with the federal government's inability to pay workers' entitlements since the Nigeria Airways folded up 14 years ago. Abioye warned that the union would mobilize against government by the end of the month if it failed to begin the disbursement of the money approved for the former Airways workers by the Federal Executive Council over 10 months ago. And the International Monetary Fund today stated that the US dollar was overvalued and that the value could add to growth risk and trade tensions. The IMF, in its annual external sector report, also said China's yuan was in line with fundamentals and nearly half of global excessive current account balances. The IMF further explained that the US dollar was overvalued because current account surpluses and deficits were becoming increasingly concentrated in advanced economies. However, China's yuan has dropped significantly in recent weeks as trade tensions with the United States have intensified. The yuan hit a fresh 13-month low this Tuesday of 6.8295 to the dollar as authorities in Beijing signaled further monetary loosening to support the economy amid an escalating tariff war with the United States. In entertainment, a member of the US R&B group Color Me Bad, Brian Abrams, has been arrested for allegedly shoving his bandmate while on stage. Footage of last Saturday's incident appears to show Abrams, who is 48, pushing Mark Calderon after a performance of the group's 1991 hit I Wanna Sex You Up. According to authorities in New York, the alleged victim fell into some sound equipment and was treated in hospital for neck and back pain. Abrams was arrested on suspicion of attempted assault in the third degree and was released on bail on Monday, but told to appear in court on August 28 to answer to the Class B misdemeanor. In an interview with a local TV station, Calderon accused Abrams of being intoxicated and said he was concerned for his bandmate's health. And in sport, Super Eagles coach Salisu Yusuf has been caught on camera taking cash from men posing as football agents. The footage was captured by controversial journalist Anas Aremeyo Anas in September of 2017 and is being broadcast for the first time by a BBC program, the BBC Africa Eye. The chief coach of the Super Eagles and first assistant during the World Cup is due to lead the national team to the Olympics in 2020. Egypt and Liverpool striker Mohamed Salah is on the shortlist for Best Men's Player of last season, drawn up by the Football World Governing Body, FIFA. Salah scored 46 times for club and country during the 2017 to 2018 season, helping Liverpool to the Champions League final in his first season at Anfield. According to the FIFA list released today, Salah is joined by the likes of five-time Ballon d'Or winner Cristiano Ronaldo, Kylian Mbappe on the 10-man shortlist. Voting for the award closes at midnight on August 10, while the award ceremony takes place in London on September 24. Similarly, England coach Gareth Southgate has been named on an 11-man shortlist for the Best FIFA Men's Coach Award for 2018. 47-year-old Southgate guided England to the semi-finals of the World Cup for the first time since 1990. Manchester City's Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp of Liverpool, Belgium's Roberto Martinez and French World Cup winning boss Didier Deschamps are also included in the list. The decision is made by public vote, which closes on August 10, and the winner will be announced on September 24 in London. Those are the major stories for today. I am Binta Bhadmus.
Why be ordinary when you can be flamboyant? One Shaka Radio. Be flamboyant.